This week has been quite a hectic and stressful week with my finances. This is largely because I borrowed around $260 to get through the week, and I also currently owe my friends around $65. With my finances right now, I'm waiting to be paid for two invoices I've sent out, which is around $1,500 total. With this money coming in, I'll be putting them into my eToro account as I consider any money coming in that's not from my paycheck as side hustle money, which all will go into my investment portfolio funds. Moreover, my stock portfolio this week has also done extremely badly, taking quite a drastic turn downwards. So let's get started with my investment portfolio this week. My investment account is valued at $4,513.76, which has taken a significant downturn since last week. My overall performance of the length of my account is still in the positive, but since last week, my portfolio value has gone down by 4.95%, meaning I've lost $235.04 since last week. As you can see from my overall summary of the stocks in my portfolio, the large majority of my stocks are in the red, all losing value since last week. It seems like the tech sector is still having a hard time and that everything is going down. This downturn is honestly pretty good news though, as it means that I can get some stock for cheap. I'm especially looking at Nvidia as it is currently at $762, which is nearly $200 less since its peak. So now let's take a closer look at the performance of the stocks in my portfolio. I've added a percentage change column into this table for the week, which is information I'm drawing from eToro. So you guys can just refer to that with each dollar change. So with the NASDAQ ETF, it has gone down by $70.22 this week. VOO has gone down by $18.12. VUG down by $25.89. Apple going down by $16.17. Nvidia down by $29.50. Meta down by $8.02. Google down by $2.30. TQQ down by $14.55. Microsoft down by $4.66. Coca-Cola's gone up by $3.55, which is good. BHP down by $1.13. DGRO also up by 31 cents. QQQ down by $3.78. Nestle up by $1.53. INDA down by 1 cent. VGT down by $3.81. VTI down by $4.57. American Express up by $2.20. XLK down by $1.74. SCHD up by 13 cents. APLD down by 81 cents. Equinix down by 28 cents. AMD down by $1.90. SCMCI down by $3.94. And finally Visa down by 34 cents. Now, you guys probably might be wondering over here with SCHD, why the percentage is in the negative, but the dollar value is gone up. Basically, I think I probably made an error, or I probably took the value of the stock before eToro did its percentage calculation. Now, onto my personal finances, looking at this week's expenses. So here's the brief overview of this week's personal finances. My paycheck came in this week at $223. I didn't add any money into my investment account this week because I will be adding the majority of money I get from my invoice into the account. However, my expenses this week completely went over my income at $384.75, meaning that I took money out of my savings account of $69.63. I put money back into my savings account at the beginning of this week. However, I removed money back from the account to cover my expenses this week. Now, going over to my spending tracker, you can see that gift giving is still a really bad habit that I need to work on getting under control, considering that I spent $130 this week on gift giving, which was around nearly a third of the total expenses I had this week. Gift giving isn't the only thing that I went over on though. I also overspent on food this week, spending $158.57, which is nearly $30 over my usual budget, and transport as well, which is really expensive and I'm really annoyed about. But the good thing is the $50 cap, but I did forget to bring my transport card once this week, so that's why I spent $54.91 instead of just $50. But overall, they're really the biggest things that have added to me overspending this week, but hopefully I can recover next week and won't make the same mistakes. Overall, I am still banking on that invoice money, which is really not the smartest idea, but I will be more strict on myself once I get everything back on track. With this money coming in from my invoice, I plan on putting the majority into my investment portfolio and around $100 back into my savings account. And I will buff up the $69.63 I took out this week back in from my paycheck next week. Next week I will be aiming at putting aside as much money as I can to invest in Nvidia, which I'm very excited to do and will be the first thing I do as soon as possible. Thank you for reviewing my finances with me today and joining me on my overall journey. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next week.